Hello. Welcome to the new setup. Yeah, it's pretty cool. It's not done yet, so things are gonna change over the next month or so. But I think it's pretty cool. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. But we have some Beyblade news to talk about. I'm kind of late to the news, but we're gonna cover it anyway. It's gonna be a fun time. Now before we hop into the news, guys, make sure you hit that like button down below. We're trying to hit 1,000 likes, and just hit that like button for the new set. It's not done yet, but 1,000 likes. Let's do it. First up, we have a new Valkyrie to talk about, and that is Drago Valkyrie, or at least that is kind of the name that we're rolling with right now due to translation, and it's kind of weird. So at the end of a recent episode of BFF'S GT, they showed off what looks to be a Valkyrie recolor sort of thing, and it's I don't know, the only word I can use to describe it is just kind of weird. When the news first dropped, a lot of people thought that it was a new evolution to Valkyrie to get excited for, maybe something that's going to release in September. But if you actually look at it, you have the Valkyrie GT chip, you have a brand new layer weight, which I will talk about here in a second, and the layer base is actually Judgment from Judgment Joker, so I don't see this being a new Valkyrie. Also, the colors really do not line up at all, so it doesn't even really seem like a full recolor. Like, the Valkyrie chip just does not match really at all, and that's kind of interesting. I'm not really the biggest fan of it, to be honest. Although the coolest bit of news from the entire Valkyrie, though, and the only new looking part that I see so far, unless they surprised us with a new driver, a new disc or something, is the layer weight, which is Drago, apparently. Hopefully that means it weighs a little bit more than some of the other discs that we have, but because of the fact that it's really heavy on one side, I doubt it's gonna weigh too much. But it does line up pretty well with the Judgment layer base, which is why I think they paired these together. It has really nice smash attack potential because of the fact that it weighs a lot on one side. But other than that, I don't think this is a new Valkyrie or anything. Definitely not a new evolution, because if it was, that'd be really lame, and the colors don't make sense. We don't have a new Valkyrie chip, and I feel like we would get a slightly upgraded chip, but yeah. It's probably just a recolor, kind of like Royal King Spriggan or something like that. But it's pretty interesting that Takara Tomy showed it off in a video the way that they show off new bays. That's pretty cool. And the disc is rumored to be Zenith, although there's no real proof of that. It's just a rumor, and the driver is not known. But I highly doubt we'll get any new parts here besides some recolored parts and the Drago layer weight, if that is what it's called. It could be Drago, something like that. Now, guys, we're going to move back into rumor-ish territory, and it's kind of believable to me. And someone on Twitter, and I'll leave sources in the description down below as always, someone on Twitter posted some upcoming Beyblade releases going all the way up until January. So it kind of just rounds out BFF'S GT in general, and it's kind of sad. But maybe it's true, maybe it's not, but we're going to talk about it anyways. So starting off in October, we have a new random booster and a new random layer volume. The random layer volume will most likely have a brand new layer, as the previous ones have with Poison Hydra and Dread Bahamut, and maybe those will get real releases later on. But this random layer volume, hopefully it'll be pretty good. It'll most likely be a defense type, I guess. Actually, there's no proof on that. That's just kind of what I think. The random booster, that's of course going to have a prize bay, which I hope is something interesting and that we actually see in the show. And it's not like the last random boosters where it had Cosmo Valkyrie, Flare Dragon, those are not going to make an appearance in the show. So I hope we get a little bit of a better prize. And just talking about the random booster for a second, I do hope that we get recolors for Drago Spriggan, Drago Valkyrie, maybe another Drago Achilles recolor at some point. I would really like to see recolors on those because we don't really have, we have a decent bit of recolors on Achilles, but on the other two, Spriggan and Valkyrie, not really that much. Now guys, we move on to November, and this one is pretty interesting. We have a deluxe booster that apparently needs, according to this translation, LR44 batteries to play, which means it's gonna have like lights, or I don't know. I'm really thinking that it's going to be an evolution to something that we already have. Maybe a new Valkyrie or a new dragon. I would say a new Diabolos, except it does say attack type, and Diabolos is a balance type. So I don't really see that there, although maybe that'll come out in the next month, which we'll talk about here in a second. But having batteries, that means the bay is going to be really bulky. So, I don't know about that. I don't know how I feel about that. It's gonna have to be pretty awesome if they want you to have batteries in it. But we'll see. But that's pretty much all that comes out in November. Oh, and then also, if you use Google Translate on the original Japanese tweet, they talk about how the release has like a best in series attack. So maybe it has kind of like an ultimate reboot maybe, except the ultimate reboot could be battery powered. Just a thought. But now we're going to move on to December, where we have a balance starter. Because it's a starter, that means it does come with a launcher, and I'm wondering what this could be. It is a balance type listed as, so maybe I don't really think we'll see an Odin or an Excalibur here, and oh, maybe that other release could be an Excalibur, although I kind of doubt it. But we have a starter balance type, which means one of two things in my opinion, and it is a December release as well, which means it's going to be a bigger release, and because it is a starter, that means it is pretty major in the show. If we look at the other starters we have what? Ace Dragon, main character. We have Wizard Fafnir, which is not really a main character, although it is a new Fafnir, so that's kind of a big release. It was also the first left spin type for GT, so they kind of have to package in a launcher there. You also had Venom Diabolos, which is really major to the show. So I believe that because this is a starter, it's going to be a really major character in the anime. And I don't think an Excalibur would fit here, mainly because it's balanced, but also I kind of doubt it being that major in the show. So I'm thinking is that it could either be a Diabolos evolution, or it could be a new Achilles, or it could just be a new main character, or a new character in general. Who knows? I'm betting on, and I would want a new Achilles. I feel like that would be pretty cool. It is ways away though, so I feel like if there was going to be an Achilles, maybe it'd be in, the next couple of months, not this far away. Also, it really doesn't matter that much, but I would really rather them, because December is a major release. Same with July. Those are always the two biggest release months. Those have really big impacts for what characters own the bays, etc. So typically that's why the releases are so hyped and so important. So I would rather Iga not get such a major release. It doesn't really seem necessary, and I'd rather go to Delta for an example. So maybe the November release is a new dragon and the December release is a new Delta. Maybe. In December, we also get a brand new random booster apparently, and that's going to be the final random booster. So I'm really hoping that this is the one where we get a lot of this really awesome stuff. I really hope Takara Tomy goes all out on this one, and maybe this is where we could get a new GT Achilles. That'd be pretty interesting in my opinion, and yeah, I really hope this random booster is good. Like I said, it is going to be the last one, so it should be pretty hype. And then finally, guys, we have the January Bay, which is apparently a defense type, and it's kind of the last boss bay, according to the translation, which means it's probably going to be similar to Dead Phoenix in this last January, where it was kind of like the ultimate, you know, the main bad guy. It's a little too early in the anime to tell who the bad guy is going to be, unless, I don't know, because we had Phi pop up pretty early on in Cho Z, and there was a lot of people that kind of thought that he was going to be the bad guy, but I don't really see any character like that so far, like no Phi character, so they'll probably be introduced later on. And this is a defense type bay, which is pretty interesting. And I will say, a little while ago, there was a rumored name for Revolt Phoenix, and a lot of people thought that was going to be included in the triple set that's going to be coming out here in just a few days. But that one has Spriggan, Dread Bahamut, and Slash Dragon, so no Revolt Phoenix there. Maybe if there is a Revolt Phoenix, it'll be that last boss defense bay. Here, actually, guys, think of this, guys. Phi comes back, he's all evil mode, he has Revolt Phoenix, it's a sick defense type, and you have Shu, Iga, Drum, and Vault all coming back with their bays, all GT bays, or maybe instead of Shu, Delta. I don't know, because you don't really know if Shu is going to be there. Or even, you don't even know if Iga is going to be there. But, you know, we're going to have a bunch of main characters back. Drum, Vault, Delta, Iga, Shu, somebody, all teaming up, doing a huge battle against Revolt Phoenix. And that is going to end Beyblade Burst. You have all three of the main characters, including Shu, I hope. So pretty much the four main characters throughout all 4 seasons of Beyblade Burst kind of coming together and just laying the smackdown on Phi. That would be pretty awesome. And Revolt Phoenix, that's something I'm kind of hoping for. But it could just be a random bay. Who knows? But that brings us to today's question, which is, what do you guys think the next generation of Beyblade will be? So what do you think the gimmick will be for the next series, whenever that may be? Also, let me know what you guys think of the set so far. It is not done yet. I know it's probably a little bit more boring than my other one was, but I'm trying to add new stuff to it, such as this, which is pretty cool. I would have a Beyblade logo right there instead of Bakugan, and I'd have Bakugan somewhere else, but I asked Hasbro for a sign, and they said no. Sad day. But if you guys have any recommendations on stuff I could add, let me know in the comments down below. But that's finally going to wrap up the video, guys. If you liked it, make sure you hit that like button down below. Once again, we are trying to hit 1,000 likes, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Have fun, and bay away.